Hello and welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared, and today I'm doing an unboxing of the second edition of Trekking the World. There's a whole series of trekking games, including trekking the national parks. The Trekking the World originally came out in 2020, so you might have missed it with the COVID, pandemic going on. And so they came out with a second edition this year, 2024, and we're going to take a look at that together. And I've not played this game, but we're going to just take a look at the components and whatnot and see how it looks. So it's for 1 to 5 players, plays in about an hour for ages 10 and up. And we're going to read what it says and then take a look. So, trekking the world, travel the world, see the best of planet Earth, and become the seasoned traveler you always dreamed of being. Gain powers as you gain experience, but try to level up quick. Your fellow travelers are doing the same, and they might beat you to your favorite spots. So, all right, let's take a look. We're going to see famous locations around the world. So here on the back of the cover, you get a little bit there. We made this game so friends and family can gather and have fun while celebrating the joy of travel. There's a QR code that takes you to a how to play video. All right, we got a little overview of some of their other games. Perfect. We have the rule book right on top. Nice full color overview, playing the game, some actions, and then game end. So it looks also pretty straightforward as trekking the national parks is. So definitely like, family weight game, easy to learn. There's the solo mode rule book, which is just kind of like an open page folded once. Let's take a look next at the map, which of course is going to be the world map instead of the United States, which is the original game. Let's see, carefully open this. And look, it's got rounded edges. It's not, it's not just like a flat cornered thing. You kind of have like a, an atlas to it. That's neat. So you got a little reference here on your player turn, reference here for what ends the game based on player counts. And you've got some named locations all over the world to go and visit, like the Great Wall of China. Hey, I've been there. And let's see, Chichen Itza, I've been there. And look, Teotihuacan, which is another really popular board game. Highly recommend it, and I did a tutorial for it. So if you want to learn more about that, check it out. You got an image here that says Mount Fuji this way, and then Grand Canyon this way. So that means for movement purposes, these are connected, just like Risk rules, So the Sydney Opera House connects to Salar de Uyuni. All right, so that's pretty easy to identify. You've got airports. So I guess if you want to change continents, you have to go to the airport space. But usually with these, you kind of just end up following the path to try to go to the various parks. So there's a spot up here for discards for the encounters and for the itineraries. But everything's very bright and colorful, and there's just, and it's pretty straightforward. Looks nice, looks colorful. There's some subtle art in each continent, like you got Christ the Redeemer, kind of like the shadow right here. I don't know. Looking good, looking good. Let's take a look now at some of the other components. Some silica gel. We've got an organizer with the imprint of Trekking the World right on top. So we're going to have to end up sorting some stuff into there before we get started, I think. But that's always cool when you get a custom insert for a game. Then we've got some dual layer player boards, which look fantastic. So you've got kind of your suitcase or even briefcase, I guess. I guess it's a suitcase that's like open from the back. All right, travel ready, trekking the world. Okay, so you choose your color, choose your briefcase here, suitcase, and you're gonna have cubes that are gonna track various things on this, and they are seemingly identical other than just the color. But it's very cool, very functional. everyone loves dual layer boards, so that's cool stuff. Fits right back in here, kind of like that. Perfect. Then we have, what are these, like compass markers or point trackers? Now they're already assembled, so unlike other games when, you know, you have to punch all this out, everything's been punched. Everything's already been pre-built, so ready out of the box to start playing, it looks like. But yeah, so you've got just a couple different counters to track your stuff. That's pretty cool. Feels like, you know, you're a world traveler with that thing. Got some decks of cards to look at. So this is the solo cards and encounter, let's see, tour cards. Let's see if I can get this thing open and take a look at them first. Okay. Carefully open this. This kind of feels like tarot card sized, I think. But the this has like a textured feel to it. So instead of the gloss of the original game, this has like a very like textured appearance to it. I don't know if you can see that with the reflection, but it's cool. So you got some images, which are not photos. These are paintings and other artwork pieces, you know, inspired by these locations. I would probably end up sleeving these, I think, because I don't want anything to be like ruined on these. The art looks really nice, as you can see. And you've got information on the backs of just, you know, about the locations, but then there's some actions on the back of these too. So I'm also seeing, you know, you've got different values in the corner and then a cost, you know, to potentially purchase the card. But it looks like they've done a really good job of trying to include a lot of the world's famous sites. The Sagrada Familia, also prominent in, what's the name of that game? It just came out this past year. I'm gonna kick myself. Barcelona, that's it. Barcelona. Check out the board game Barcelona. It's a lot of fun. Been to the National Mall. That's pretty sweet. Niagara Falls, I've been there. So, you know, I really enjoy, you know, the educational aspect of these games. And in this case, I like the artwork that they've kind of done to, you know, show off some of the vistas and, you know, what you're touring, right? When you're touring the world, trekking the world. You've got some really cool reference cards, the quick guide on this side, and then some overview of your itinerary tokens and things of that nature. Okay, so excellent. Looking good. I'm going to pop that back there. Take a quick look next at this deck, which is for the solo game. All you solo players, stay tuned. And if you do like solo games, check out my tutorial for Nemo's War, probably one of my favorite solo games. All right, so you've got movement, costs, locations and cubes on all these different cards here to determine, you know, AI movement, I assume. I'll set those here. The solo mode opponent, so perhaps... I see. You might have to face off with several people, and I don't know how many of these come into play, but it might just dictate like who moves on a given turn. And it's just kind of a way to randomize multiple players in the game. That's just assumptions. You got some quick overviews for the solo game and difficulty cards to use to measure your score and all of that. And there you go. That's everything you need to be able to play solo. But last but not least, well, first we've got a notebook, or a notepad rather, for the scoring. So place for your name, scoring for the cards you've collected, the backs of them, I guess, whatever scores that, and then places for scoring for your suitcase. Here we've got your main trekking person. and probably a first player token, which is a very large painted wooden cylinder for a compass. There you go. Then you have your Meeple. So these are a lot, well, not a lot, but definitely smaller than the Meeples that come with trekking the national parks. But I wonder if that's because they need to be smaller to be able to be distinguishing different locations better than the bigger Meeples found in the other game. But yeah, there you go. You kind of have like a green teal color for this guy, a very faint yellow, a brown, kind of a, I don't know, Texas orange, and a very light pink, like Peppa Pig pink color. All right, then we have some pre-punched out cardboard tokens, looks like. Let's take a look at this. Haha. So I wonder how these work, if they are randomized across the map, or if these are collected in other ways, and you know, wonder if it's just taken from the pool. But you know, basically two-sided cardboard pieces with your various icons that match up, similar to what we're looking at on the player board. So some cardboard there, pre-punched, and that is a lot of cubes. So let's take a look. These are fairly large wooden cubes, painted in various colors. And these are not in the player colors, so these have to do with the kinds of actions that you're going to take in the game. So there you go. These are, I imagine, what you're going to be needing to fill up your boards. So you collect these during the game to fill it out, and I guess for each column that you've completed, you get points at the bottom. And then I guess if you cover up a token, you get to take that action. And that's just what I got so far without having played or read the rules. But it looks fun. It looks definitely easy to teach, easy to get to the table with most people. And who doesn't like to travel? I mean, to get to see a little bit of the world without having to leave your living room. So very cool. It looks good. It's a nice production, nice board. I think it's going to be really well done, and once I get everything sorted, you know, very easy to play. So looking forward to it. Stay tuned on the channel if you want to hear our thoughts on the full game after I've played, of course, with my wife Holly. So stay tuned to hear the review of Trekking the World. Yeah, thanks for watching this unboxing. This is everything in the box. So we'll hopefully see you in the next video. So stay tuned and subscribed. And hey, if you want to learn more about board games and modern terminology used, I actually wrote a book for that. It's on Amazon. It's called Push Your Luck, the Board Game Dictionary. It has over 800 terms with game examples of the definitions. So when you're looking at something, it'll say, hey, this is what it means, and here's some game examples that use it. I'm going to include a link in the description so you can check it out. It's available on Kindle or paperback. So it really helps and supports us if you pick up a copy or gift it to somebody that you're trying to get into the hobby of board gaming. So that's enough of that. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Jared. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.